Tarnished. It's Nick, the ASMR nerd, and welcome back to the lands between in Elden Ring. It has been a terribly long time since we wandered together in the lands between, and I wish I could tell you that we are returning here today to explore the latest addition to these lands, Shadow of the Erdtree. Alas, I have not yet attained the prerequisites required to venture forth into those uncharted territories, and so I must beg your forgiveness. Instead, we are exploring today another portion of the region known as Liurnia of the Lakes, found in the western part of the map. In the distance, you might recognize the misty silhouette of the Lucaria Academy, somewhere that we have visited and explored together. Today, we are going to be exploring somewhere closely tied to the Lucaria Academy, and that is the Caria Manor. We begin our wander here today at the front gate of the Caria Manor, and I must warn you, inside lurk all manner of terrible and frightening things. Fortunately, they shouldn't be bothering us here today. We will stick to the main path, and we should be able to go about our way unaccosted. But out there, in the mist, lurk untold horrors. Nevertheless, our wander ought to be quite relaxing, so put your mind at ease and enjoy the beauty of this remarkable manor. Caria Manor is, of course, the historical, ancient home of the Carian Royal family. Carian Royal family for many, many years ruled over these lands of Liurnia. They, for a great long time, were those who ran the academy, controlled the Lucaria Academy. And the Carians themselves were powerful magic users, especially in the use of glintstone magic. But today, their manor lies in ruins. You see, once upon a time, the Cuckoo Knights of Lucaria rebelled against the Carian Royal family, launching an attack against this very manor. And although the Carians were able to fend off this attack with their powerful magics, it was the beginning of the end for the royal family. Now, all that remains is these ruins suffused with the magic originally used to protect this manor. It does make for a striking place, though. These great glintstone crystals, and the very air seems to shimmer with magical power. Although it has been a great many years since the manor was at its zenith, and the Carian Royal family held power over Liurnia, one can nevertheless imagine just how incredible this manor would have been in its glory days. Before the stones had tumbled down, and time had worn away the splendor. Strangely, it does look like someone perhaps has been attending these planters. They look well kept, despite the decay around them. More glintstone crystals strewn about. And an entryway lit by magical flame, festooned with ivy. Let's head inside. Here in this entry hall, we can find all manner of artifacts left over from when the Carians lived here. As I said, they were powerful magic users. And here we see many crystals and gems, no doubt possessing great magical powers. Some bottles, perhaps once filled with potions and drafts of a magical sort. An ornate chest sits beside the table. One wonders what could be inside. And of course, copious amounts of glint stone and many musty tomes. Here we see the ghost of a former Carian noble, bound forever to this place, to sit forlornly in this chair for all eternity. Perhaps, actually, this is a Carian knight. The armor would suggest that to be the case. Even in death, the knight still wears their armor. Here we have some kind of device for charting the heavens and plotting the stars. The Carians were closely associated with stellar magic, the power of the stars. This remarkable hall, with its vaulted ceilings and decorative windows, lies empty. It looks like it was once a place of worship, with pews lined up on either side of the aisle and an altar at the front. Despite the advanced age of these ruins, flickering candles light the altar, one on either side. One wonders whether someone remains here and tends the flames, or whether they're simply illuminated by ancient magics which refuse to succumb to the vestiges of time. We emerge once again into a misty pre-dawn. I do believe the dawn is approaching. The sky appears to be lightening. Up here on the ramparts, we get a nice view of the courtyard that we traversed down below. And we can take a stroll through the treetops. Rhea Lucaria, cloaked in mist, looking beautiful and enigmatic as ever. And up here on the ramparts, despite their state of disrepair, we nevertheless have beautiful flowers growing along either side of the path. No doubt planted there once by gardeners or those who tended the grounds. Many of the structures here are completely overgrown with ivy. It's quite picturesque, though. Really, though, it is a testament to the solidity of these buildings and their foundations, that they still stand strong after all this time. From here, we also get a good view of the Rhea Lucaria gates, now also ruined. The main road into Rhea Lucaria is impassable as the bridge has crumbled. Look at the multitude of birds flying across the sky. Where do you suppose they're going? This seems to be a morning migration, perhaps. We've seen this before. All the birds. I seem to recall it was morning that time as well. Within the misty courtyards below lurk terrifying things, as I said. We have done well to avoid them. In the distance, through the layered fog, we can see pinnacles of stone, promontories and precipices, and a great tower, and beyond, of course, the glowing light of the mighty Erdtree. This tower here is where we're headed. Our goal is way up there, atop that cliff. And to get there, we're going to take a lift. This lift, right here, in fact. It doesn't look like much, but it will get us where we want to go. Those tattered banners on the wall. A mere shadow of their former glory. That applies to the entire manor grounds. More magical flames, and another room full of many items dedicated to the study and development of magic, glintstone magic specifically. As evidenced by the crystals everywhere. There appears to be some sort of spell or script on this lectern. Yes, indeed, it certainly was the morning. We began our wander in the blue of the night, and now we continue it in the golden gray of the day. Mysterious hooded statues flank the bottom of these stairs. And look at all these flowers in this upper courtyard. Aren't they gorgeous? I love, too, this massive, spreading tree. Its gorgeous leaves. And the sun shining through. But rather than carrying on this way, I think we'll head over here. There is much more of the Caria Manor to be explored, but perhaps we'll save that for another time. For now, let's admire these gorgeous flowers, including all these over here underneath this luminous tree. And then let us marvel at the view from this promontory. We can see down to those ramparts which we traversed, and below that, the courtyard through which we entered. We began our wander today just down there at the gatehouse. Behind us, tower the spires of the Caria Manor. Turrets and walls. Quite imposing, but beautiful nonetheless. And of course, in the distance, shrouded in fog as ever, the great Rhea Lucaria Academy, poised atop its perch, in the middle of Liurnia of the Lakes. Off to the right, the four belfries are visible as well. Down below, a sorcerer's tower. It's a lovely vantage point from which to admire the scenery in Liurnia. A beautiful, yet deeply mysterious land torn apart by war, once upon a time ruled over by the Carian Royal family, but no longer. Well, my friends, I do hope that you enjoyed our exploration of Caria Manor here today. As I said, there is more to see, and if you would like, perhaps we will explore more of it in the future. Please feel free to let me know if you would like to see more and wander with me here again. And of course, I do hope that at some point in the future we might visit those uncharted territories brought forth by the shadow of the Erdtree. But for now, I wish you safe travels and journeys. And I thank you for joining me here on today's wander. Farewell for now, noble Tarnished. But of course, no wander in the lands between would be complete without thanking these glorious heroes, those noble Tarnished who help support me on my journey here, whether through Patreon or YouTube memberships. These heroes support what I do and allow me to continue making the kind of content that I enjoy the most, and they have my eternal gratitude. If you, dear listener, would like to join their ranks and be counted amongst them, you can find links down below in the video description, and I'm sure you will find a tier there that is right for you. At the first tier, those noble Tarnished get their names in the credits in every video, as well as early access to my weekend videos. At the Fusro tier, those Tarnished get to vote every month in a special poll to select the topic of a video on this channel. And at the mighty, legendary Fusro Da tier, well, those glorious Tarnished, they get their name read out in a special spoken shout-out in every video. And it is my great honor to read to you their names now, beginning with K. Time, Odin's Son, Drummer Brit, Jake Lefney, Ragnar Ragnarsson, Smitty, Captain Vanquisher, and Bruce Buchner. I cannot thank them enough, which is why I thank them in every video and will continue to do so. And that goes to everybody that you see here. I appreciate their support so very much. Once again, a big, big thank you to this channel's amazing supporters.